Hello, welcome to another episode of the EJB Talk Show. Today I have flutist extraordinaire and also a very good friend of mine, probably my closest friend I've had on the show so far.
Really?
So far, I'd say, yeah. Eleanor Song, how are you doing today, Eleanor?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. That's awesome. I'm already like nothing funny happened. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god. It's like, it's really interesting interviewing like one of my closer friends here, right? But it's like, you're also in this building and you're also up to cool stuff, and I think,
Thank you.
Everyone here is worth talking to, and they have things that are worth saying. So that's why I'm happy to do this. But
it's an honor to be on your show.
Thank you. But what did you get up to today?
I was like thinking about this. So in the morning, FMUA had like this Catalyst symposium where we had a few keynote speakers and they would just like come talk. And then the first presentation was about music in a post-pandemic reality. So it was just like these one of the profs here, I think she's working on a project, but basically just like a website that showcases like Toronto artists, which is pretty cool. So just helped volunteer with that. Then practice some last minute UTSO stuff for the concert today, and some psychology studying.
Oh man.
And what else? Oh, some flute guitar stuff.
Like a rehearsal?
No, it's more of like kind of finding music because we have a gig next Saturday for this ceremony, but it's just finding music for that. Yeah.
Sick. Sorry?
What did you do today?
What did I do today? I just had a TSYO rehearsal. Actually, and I also did some volunteering for the Hannaford community band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How was that?
Just some sweet stuff. It was cute. Some little high school kids. Hannaford. But, how are you feeling for the concert tonight? I mean, tonight, like, this is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, not on the day of today, but, like, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty relaxed. Like, I thought I would be panicky, like very nervous, because one of our pieces is pretty difficult. But I feel pretty good going into it. I think we'll do well. Yeah.
Right.
We'll play the best that we can and have a good time.
Do you normally feel panicky, or is it like how do you describe that? How come it's kind of like really surprising that you're relaxed?
I think it's surprising. Like, I feel relaxed since the past few rehearsals have been going okay, and I think I'm more prepared for this concert than, like, let's say the first UTSO concert. But yeah, I think maybe just like the amount of practice and the preparation, because we did have like a month to prepare for this concert rather than like previous concerts where we had more of a time, not as much time, but yeah.
So, I'm gonna ask you the question I ask on every episode, but like, what would you say is your earliest musical memory?
Earliest music memory would probably be taking piano lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you show any interest in music before then, or not really?
Not really. I think my parents were just like, "Oh, you should definitely try taking piano." Like,
don't be lazy. Do something. Yeah.
But I didn't really like my teacher. She didn't really like me. So, I mean, I don't like to play piano now, but mad respect for those who can.
Right.
But I think that's probably my like very earliest music memory.
Okay. So, like, were you playing piano up until you started the flute, or was like music not really a factor in your life until you started the flute?
I think I took music more seriously when I started playing flute. But yeah, so piano, I just like did piano, and then
When did you stop?
Around when I was like grade 7, when I started playing, after a year after I started playing flute, I think I quit piano since it was like too much to handle both.
So you were still like playing the piano.
Yeah.
And I guess like, was music of interest to you at all, or like not?
Not until high school, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, because I was just like, oh, this is like another band thing. Probably not gonna do this in the future. Just like a side hobby.
Right.
But
here we are. Yeah.
Crazy.
So you started the flute in grade 7, like I assume like part of like middle school like band
Yeah,
program thing, right?
around
So
there, yeah.
what kind of drew you towards the flute? Were you like assigned to it or?
It's kind of weird. So we had this day where we had instrument testing day. So we would go in and then try different instruments, see if we like it. I first wanted to do, I think, saxophone since it was like so shiny. I was like, that's so cool. That's like so gold and just like really bright. And then it didn't work out well since I thought maybe it was like too heavy for me at that time. I also wanted to do trombone or tuba, but they're like, no, you're too small for that. So I tried like playing the flute and they're like, yeah, you're a natural at this. I was like, okay, just stick with it.
You're just like going through the motions of like elementary school, like music class, you know. But then
hot cross buns.
Oh yeah. But you eventually like you went to an arts high school, right?
I did, yeah.
So how come did music kind of suddenly like strike a peak? Like you had like a peak of interest from there, or was you just like screw it, or like what was it? What was the deal there?
I think since you're playing music every day, I think that's when it started peaking more. Like
You
more
really like it a
towards
bit more,
more
right.
towards grade 11 or so, when I was like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. Maybe I can consider a career in this.
But like leading into high school, even
High school.
like
I think I was just like, yeah, it's whatever. I'll just do it kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, because the high school that I went to, most of the people there don't major in their arts area. Like they mostly go out and do science. But
Right.
like going into high school, I was just like, this is something that's cool. I'll just do it for fun. That's literally it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So like that's also interesting too because you know the distance. You didn't not live very close to your high school,
No, but
and
like
it was just like
yeah,
you still said screw it kind of thing.
kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did you like going to an arts high school?
I thought it was
Like-
really cool, like to play with music, like to play music every day, and to have like really great profs there, like teachers who really work with music. I thought that was really cool. It's definitely different. I think a different experience compared to a typical high school, I'd say, like a non-arts high school.
Right. How'd you say?
But we definitely do have more. The teachers there were really intense about music, or
Really?
yeah, but I think that's kind of what like pushed you to be a better musician. Like we would have scales tests, ear training, dictation, like all of that.
Really?
And I know like other high schools, they probably do that. I think just ours was a bit more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool. We did a lot of cool festivals.
Right.
Yeah,
So
so I
like
thought it was
it
pretty
gave
cool.
you a lot more like opportunities to play. That's interesting.
Meet new
So-
people. Yeah.
Right. So going into like deciding to go to university for music, like when did that kind of happen? Like what was kind of your thought process for that?
Originally, like, why I wanted to go into music.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like the point where you were just like, I'm gonna apply to go to music.
I think from like grade 11, I was really interested in doing a performance career.
How come?
Because I had a lot of chances where I competed in competitions
Okay.
when I was younger, and I just really liked the adrenaline and the feeling to perform with others, especially in like bands or orchestras. But I think at that moment I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like it's nice to work with people who have the same passion as you and to make music together.
Right.
So, and I think also because the teachers I had were really, really performance focused. So I think that's what kind of also motivated me to go into performance.
Right. And so when you were in high school and, you know, playing the flute and stuff, I guess, like, as you said there, like, you were looking for extra opportunities to just play. And, like, why was that? Like, did you just, like, you really just like the flute from there? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't that much of a shift of, like, liking the flute for you, we would say?
I think I really did like the flute. Like I still
Right.
do. But I think it's also
Yeah.
it's just like the excitement of something new, and I just really liked the flute when I was younger. And the chance to perform, it's kind of like, oh, I can share my music with other people. Like, as quirky and like lame as it sounds, it is kind of true.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like the feeling of
The
showing,
collaborative aspect,
yeah,
and also just like showing out. Like it is like to me like a one of a kind feeling.
exactly. And it's like you can show what with the music. It's like you can use your own interpretation to be like, oh, this is how I feel in this section, or
Right.
you want to show like a certain memory or a certain
Right.
experience, I guess. Yeah, with it. So I thought that was really cool.
Right. So when did you start like? What's up, Ray? How you doing, dude?
You wanted to do this together originally.
Oh yeah. No, I'll get him on his own. Come say what's up.
What's up? How's it going? What's your vlog called?
Huh?
Emil vlog? What's it called?
EJB talk show.
EJB talk show. Let's go. Smash that like button. Wait, where's the mic? Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. Turn on that bell icon. Okay? Yeah?
I see you, man.
Alright, let me know when you're done. Yeah.
You want to get food? Then finish.
Yeah.
If you ever create a bloopers video, include that in.
Oh no, this is just gonna go up with the episode.
Oh, really? It's gonna go in.
I don't cut much. Anything
Really?
out. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's hilarious. But
Featuring flutist
Yeah.
extraordinaire raising.
yeah. Did you say flautist or flutist?
I mainly say flutist, but
Is flautist wrong? No.
no, they're
Okay,
both.
because
Both are
I said
acceptable.
flautist in
Yeah.
the beginning of this, and I was like, did I mess up?
No,
Okay.
flautist is like really elegant. Yeah.
Okay.
But both work.
Okay. That's interesting.
I think
was
people
worried.
use flutist more, but flautist is also like fine too.
Right. So like, okay, back to like working a bit chronologically. Like, when did you start taking like lessons on the flute?
The thing is, I started taking lessons when I first started flute, so like around grade 7.
Really?
But I never really took them as seriously as I did now.
But how come you took them like in the first place?
My parents forced me.
Really? They just
Yeah.
like wanted you
Kind
to
of.
keep playing an instrument?
And they were just like, yeah, if you think it's fine, then just try taking lessons. And I was like,
And
okay.
is that kind of like your excuse out of piano? Nice.
Yeah.
That's a very common trend
Yeah.
with a lot of these.
I feel like
But-
a lot of kids start with piano first, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
like if they don't like it, then they'll find a different instrument
And their
with their
parents are
band.
like, and they're like, fine, as long as you're playing something.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
you're like kind of committed to one instrument, and you try your best, then
Right.
that's fine. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So going into UFT here, like how would you describe kind of like your time here, but also like the way you were going into it, like how would you kind of like sum that up in a bit?
I originally applied to be a performance major.
Okay.
Going into first year, but I got accepted as a common year. So
Okay.
I think that kind of discouraged me a bit.
Right.
Like if I'm being honest, it
Oh,
did.
Yeah.
But
a-
at the same time, like I was really motivated to practice and to really just try my best for the audition. But I think my level, like my performance level, wasn't the best when I was applying. But at least for first year, it was pretty motivational to be like, okay, performing is what I want to do.
Yeah,
so,
like the point of going here is not to
Yeah.
be like good or like amazing already to go
exactly,
in. Like,
it's a learning experience.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so
I think
like,
seeing working with a bunch of performance students, attending like concerts, I think that's what's kind of like motivated me to go into performance. I'm just like, okay, I have a year to become a better musician, and if I don't get into performance, then that's okay, because one, I can either do a career in performance after I graduate, and two, at least I can say that I try my best, right? And it's all
Yeah.
about like learning more and becoming a better musician.
it's
Yeah.
like a teller of where you're at that certain point. But you
Yeah.
did eventually get into performance.
I did,
so
yeah.
This is Eleanor's second year with me here, and like we both transferred into performance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Into second year performance. So how
That was really cool.
How do you describe the shift of like from common year to performance? Like common year first year, you were in Mid Symphony together.
Yeah,
and
that was really fun.
It was a fun year. Like I didn't like most people in our year were in wind ensemble, so but I could rely on seeing you in rehearsals. Like a lot of fun.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
Same.
first year of an ensemble, event symphony, and you like didn't have master class to worry about and stuff like that. This year, you know, performance major, master class, like summer festivals, like you're an orchestra. Like, how would you describe that like shift, like from your like experience, your perspective?
If I'm being honest, if I said it was easy, that would be a lie. I think there is a lot of adapting to do, especially in first semester. It was really stressful, especially going into from band to orchestra. I think that was the biggest adjustment, because I kind of knew that there is obviously like more practicing and higher expectations, which is fine.
Did you have much orchestral experience before?
No.
Here.
I had this one. I played in this one orchestra, but and that orchestra is mainly elementary kids, so it wasn't as professional or just like as serious. It's more just like,
Were you in high school when you were playing?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
it's more of like, oh, let's just play music together and have
Right.
fun. Yeah, so it was more wholesome than serious, I would say. But that was the only orchestral experience I ever had.
Right.
Yeah, so going from band to orchestra is a big change, but at the same time, it's kind of what pushed me to figure out what I like to do in a sense, and just be like, hey, this is pretty cool that I got into the orchestra, but then I need to work hard to maintain that or to become a better musician. So now I think I'm adjusting better than first semester, but
Right.
it hasn't been too bad. There's been a few times where it's been kind of rough.
Yeah, in terms of like, what do you mean rough? Like, is it in terms of like balancing your schedule with the course load, or it's like the pressure of playing? Like, what would you say?
Definitely the pressure. Higher expectations, of course, but also kind of like it feels that you have to figure out most of it on your own. At the same time, if you need help, then that's totally okay, because I've worked with so many great older students who really helped me feel more comfortable, and just kind of made me feel like I deserve to be here. Like, I worked hard to get into where I am now, so it's a good experience. But I think definitely the pressure and just the huge course changes too, because you have a lot more courses like performance, chamber, higher expectations, of course, but overall the pressure.
Right. No, that was great. This is great. I haven't done this on an episode in a while, and I haven't like I wasn't planning to ask this, but would you have any advice for any like first years watching who are like thinking, like, say they're in common year, want to go to performance, or say they're even ed and want to go to performance? Like, how do you just like, would you have any advice about like that kind of shift?
Oh, that's a good question. I think definitely don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it, because there's so many people out there who have been in your shoes and totally understand what you're going through. And I think just know that you aren't alone, and you can totally ask for help, and that's okay to ask for help. In fact, I think it's pretty confident if you're like brave to ask for help.
Yeah.
And also, like, it is going to be stressful, but at the same time, if it's something that you love to do, then
it's worth the change.
Yeah, exactly.
Worth the shift. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna ask that final question. What would you be? What? I am fumbling this. No, but this is great.
Okay. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. What would be some of your personal musical goals for now to the end of the year?
Ooh, get into more contemporary music.
Really?
Yeah, it's also kind of a goal I want to carry out through next year. But definitely just work on more contemporary and just be more open-minded to learning new styles. You know, because I think the new music festival here, it's really helping me be more open-minded to contemporary music. Because if you asked me 5 years ago, like, oh, what's your thoughts on contemporary, I'll be like, no, so weird. But now I'm like, that's pretty cool, something that I could try.
Yeah, it has like the nuances in it. Right.
What are your goals?
What are my goals? Umberto asked me this on that episode, but I forgot exactly what I said. But I think my goals, I mean, one of them is to, like, hopefully get together a recital, just for fun, at the end of the year.
Oh, like a summer recital.
Yeah, like by
that'll
like
be nice.
May, right? And that'll mostly be it. Just up my level as a player, even though, or maybe even figure out more what I want to do. Like, there's no crazy rush, but also, I should know, and
Yeah.
I hope I get that together soon.
But at the same time, it's okay if you don't know. That's
Yeah.
what university is. You try out different things, you figure out what you like, what you don't like, and you just go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been an amazing guest.
Thank
really.
you for inviting me.
Yeah, it was been super fun. I was kind of nervous that I was like gonna be like a weird version of Emil, like
No.
for like, you know, because you're one of my closest friends here. But yeah, Eleanor Song, everyone.
Emil Eng, everyone.
Another great episode of the EJB Talk Show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Eleanor's Instagram will be linked below. Check her out.
Ooh.
Yeah. Check her out in
Instagram.
in the University of Toronto Symphony Orchestra. Check her out in various flute guitar concerts that will be coming up soon. Follow her. Check out those dates. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's
Thank
it
you.
from us. Woo.